Welcome to News in Alberta. This is Special Ed. Today we're looking into a woman that called 911 because cops were acting suspicious at her door.
Imagine having to call the cops on the cops. That's what happened to an Edmonton woman last week after a pair of officers were caught on video doing this, moving around home security cameras so the officers were out of view.
The first one, I thought maybe it was just because she didn't want me to see her there. And then when they walked around the house and started doing the other cameras, I thought, this is it for me. I might not make it out.
We've agreed to hide the identity of the homeowner as she fears for her safety. The woman says police showed up last Thursday around 8:30 p.m., but something didn't feel right. So the woman refused to open the door. Instead, she called the non-emergency line. But while on hold, she saw the female officer moving all her security cameras to face another direction. That's when she dialed 911. She was scared of what would happen next.
I might die today. I actually texted a couple people and I said, if this happens, just remember that, and that might be it.
She says one officer then tried to kick down her back door. We were sent these pictures that shows dents and cracks on the doors and a split door frame. The woman tells us the officers left the area after she spoke to the 911 operator. The homeowner later contacted EPS and was told it was a wellness check, but they refused to tell her who exactly made the call.
From what you saw in these videos, is this proper police protocol?
No, in fact, it's I would think it's criminal behavior on the part of the police.
This law expert says these videos show obstruction of justice and mischief to private property.
They're interfering with private property, which is the crime of mischief to private property. And they're obviously trying to make sure that there's no independent audio video record of what they're doing, and that's obstruction of justice. And it should be investigated as a criminal offense.
The woman has made a complaint and has a meeting next week with EPS's professional standards branch. She's hoping the investigation is taken seriously, saying if she was actually having a mental health episode, it might have not ended well.
I would think if somebody were already scared and in crisis, that would cause them to maybe get so scared they would hurt themselves.
A spokesperson for EPS did not answer any of our direct questions, only saying the incident is under investigation. In Edmonton, Rochelle Sufi, City News.
Now, it is a crime. It's called obstruction, but the cops probably won't get anything for that, right? They're allowed to obstruct all they want, I guess. I couldn't find any discipline, anything that these cops faced. I couldn't find anything about this. Actually, it's like it was swept under the rug. I know it was many years ago, but still, there should be some traces of it. What do you think of this? Would you be nervous? I'd be nervous if the cops started moving my cameras around. Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.